Hello and welcome. I'm Bill Wake. We're starting a new project today called InchCalc. I want a calculator that works with inches. There's a little background noise, so I apologize for that, but hopefully the mic hides most of that. Okay, so the motivation for this is my wife is a kilt maker, and they work in inches still. So when you make a kilt like this, it's got those pleats, and the cloth needed for each pleat is measured in such a way that the pattern repeats itself, like you see here. So it looks like a stripe, but if you've seen most tartans, there's more vertical stripes. But here, every pleat has that yellow stripe in the middle and green on the edges, and that's done by carefully measuring and dividing things out and making it all come out right. So, unfortunately, inches are not easy to calculate if you want to do things like divide by 17. You might think they could go to metric, and I know some have. I don't know if the traditional ones in Scotland have, but at least a lot of the ones have not. So this tool might be helpful for that. So we'll see how we do. All right, and I've just done a little sketch of a calculator here. So it's got the numbers in the middle, 789456123 and it's got operators on the right, like most calculators, and memory stuff on the left, like many calculators. But notice the second line of text there, it's got yard, foot, inch, and slash. So I want you to be able to say things like 3 yards, 2 feet, and 6 3/8 inches, okay? And that's going to add some challenges to this kind of in the way we compute numbers and some other things we're going to come up with. We'll run into a lot of things. And then on the bottom there, I've noticed that I've got some ideas around rounding. You know, you might need to round to 1/8 of an inch or 1/16 of an inch or something like that. You might need to round up, down, or both. And you might need to show things in yards, feet, inches, either just those or yards, feet, and inches. The rounding is a little funny because, you know, if you divide something by 17 that doesn't really come out to 17, you're going to have little odd pieces, and sometimes you might want to round up so that you use the extra amount, and sometimes you might want to round down so you've got a little fudge room. And, you know, I don't know how critical that is, but I wanted to at least contemplate doing that. All right. In the IDE, I've basically created a new project. I put a logo in and set the accent color to that red. Got the to-do and the keynote and so on. And the other thing I did was I added View Inspector. So John Reed, Q-Coding, recommended this for doing some things with graphic testing, and I thought I'd like to try that on this small project before I tried on much bigger ones. Let me hide this, at least slow it down. Okay. And the tests are very minimal, like out of the box what you get. So I'm going to run tests just to kind of kick that off. And then, as you might expect, we've got to do both the graphic side and the back end side. This is an odd thing. Let's fit that on here. Okay, so I'd gotten so used to testing with the Mac apps where you can just do it natively. I forgot how painful it is to have to bring up the simulator all the time for the iOS ones. Okay. And if you don't leave it up, you pay this startup cost every time. So we'll have to remember to leave it up. Slower than I even remembered. I don't know where we can put this. Well, I may drop it on the other screen. We don't really need to see it run. Okay, so it should eventually find my app and install that and run it and call these empty tests. Wow. Okay, well that's doing its thing. Let's turn that off. Okay, there we go. Okay, there. Those 3 tests ran. Okay, I'm moving this over to the side. You don't really need to monitor it from a testing point of view. That's the point of it, the framework. All right, the other thing I did here, I turned off the UI tests. So we're not going to be running those unless we have to. And View Inspector lets us do things more of a unit test mode. So I think we'll stay there. All right. What do we got? Well, let's do the other kind of run. I'll probably lose my tester. Okay, another slow startup. And I did do both these before, so this isn't the first time, but probably it's the first time since I rebooted Xcode. So I'll just mention I haven't killed off the previous tune similarity project. I just had this project come up and thought I'd switch over since I've spent so many weeks doing the tune similarity. There's still plenty to do. If you've been following, you know that. But I figured this will be probably a couple weeks worth of fun. But we'll get there. Okay, maybe I just am not seeing it. No. Oh, okay. I have to bring it up myself. Okay, fine. All right. Well, there it is. Hello World, the out of the box stuff. And I'll just bring that back and forth as needed. All right. And what drives that is content view, a stack with an image of a globe and a hello world. Okay. So I think what I'll do, I think I'd like to get a bare bones version of this screen up. And I think that's doable. I'm not going to worry about this rounding stuff yet. I just want to get each button on there. And in my usual state of ignorance, I know there's a number of there's table and grid. I don't know the difference. Let's see. Here's grid. Okay, arranges other views in a 2D layout. Yeah, I think the funny thing. Grid row creates a row that spans all the columns. Okay. The column count grows to handle the row with the largest number of columns. So apparently I can just do a grid with these things and they look like they're similar. Okay. Table presumably requires a more complex model, I guess. But grid with grid rows with stuff in them. Okay, let's just steal this and get started. A VStack, I think that's still in order. Okay. Now, I don't know if I can. like somewhere I want to represent these things. So let's do that. Well, let's do it this simple way first. I just want to get something going. Preview paused. We'll keep that rolling. First line is left parent, right parent, %. And then I don't know if there's a beta symbol. Whoops. Wrong. If there's a beta symbol. Gosh, I don't think I have anything weird running on my computer today, but let's see if there's one for delete. Delete left. Okay. I'd like to use that one. And I don't, okay, well, that's a little boring, but okay. All these things. Okay. I mean, somewhere I think there's an object that represents my calculator. And maybe it represents, I don't know what you call it. I want to call it the board, but that's not quite what would we call it? The frame? I don't know. But it should know those buttons and set up all that stuff. And I think it needs, it's kind of in the view domain, because this stuff, I have to know if it's an image or a text going on those buttons. But they're eventually going to have, actions too. So I think it's the keypad, maybe. All right, so let's build an object that knows all these things. Okay, and I guess we'll start off simple. And here's where I'm not quite, maybe we're ready to start View Inspector. I'm going to pull things down a bit first. Let's make a group. I'll just call it View for now. We'll put the content view in there. And the rest of what we're doing will go in there. Okay, well, he'll get there. Could not add. Well, I don't think that's. Let's do a run. Oh, I gotta start a new one? How terrible. Okay. That runs, so I'm not concerned that it's. All right, let's get this down. I don't know why he doesn't want to go to the window I want. All right, so that runs. Okay, so I want to, let's go down to our tests, make view here as well. Okay, so I'm going to define key and keypad, I guess. And the idea is you're going to create some keys. Oh, hey, nice to see you again. Yeah, so new project, we're starting a calculator, and it's going to look something like this, with yard, feet, and inch being the unusual keys. And I'm also trying to use this view inspector project to do things, to do more graphical side testing at John Reed's suggestion. All right, so let's make a test here. And I guess my test is a key is the viewable object. And we'll put more stuff in there as we go. So let's do a new file. And I've never used View Inspector at all, so we'll have some challenges with that, I'm sure. All right, InchCalc test, that's fine. This can be key test. Okay, and what do I want? Well, I don't know if I have enough to test even exactly. Well, my idea is that my key, I'm either going to specify a text or an image, and I should get a view back. But I don't know what. I don't think I have any behavior there, so maybe there's no. I've got to get it kicked off here. I don't want this like this. I want to talk to some Keypad object that will give me this stuff. Give me at least the contents. Okay. So I think I don't know. I'm so used to not testing my UI stuff in place now that I'm kind of paralyzed. Let's see. So if a keypad had rows, that would be a good thing, right? So let's make that object. Maybe I'll just do it in here for now. Is it a view? No, I think it's just going to be a thing. Okay. And it's got rows. Well, it's got keys. Let's see what we can do. Okay, we'll make a key that's a view. And then a keypad has rows. Ooh. Sure. I think I just had to say struct body, var body, some view. All right. Okay. And then a keypad is going to have, we'll make that more live in a minute. Just trying to get a bit of a structure in. So a keypad's going to have a list of, well, it's going to have contents, which is an array of key. Well, it's probably a let. Okay. And we want to access this. So we want to say there's let func rows returns array of key. Well, I think I'm just saying contents, aren't I? Let's start there. Okay, and then the grid, I'm going to say for row in keypad, do something. Okay, and then keypad we need. Again, I guess I'm a struct. I can just be. Okay. For row and keypad done. Contents. Containing control flow structure. For each keypad contents. Row in. I don't know if that's even going to work. Gosh, take a week off. Yeah, I think that's where it's going to end up. It's yeah, I guess the key is going to have to hold. It probably isn't a view. It probably holds a view. I think my contents, yeah, are not identifiable. Okay. Okay, we're getting there. Oh, my rows. Oh, array of key. I think I can do id : dot self. Which requires key to conform to hashable. Oh, this doesn't seem true, does it? Golly. Okay, well, I've got row and grid row, and then I'm going to go through rows stuff, another for each. Key conform to hashable. Okay. I guess it's got to keep it somewhere. So this should tell me to put hashable stuff in. Actually, let me do it as an extension. Excuse me. Okay. Okay, now, why aren't you complaining? Build failed. Contents. Oh, I don't have Swiftland configured. I'm used to it. Well, giving me complaints and stuff. I guess since it's only got a UUID and UUID is hashable, is it happy with that? Okay, let's run again. Okay, So something, okay, the keypad contents are empty. Let's give it some. Well, let's just throw in some keys. It's an array of keys. And let's put another one in. Sorry, this is not helping. The editor is not helping me that much. Key. We'll put two different numbers in just to see what happens. Close that bracket. Close this bracket. Probably want this like this. Okay, and let's rerun the preview. Oh, expected paren. Yeah, that's true. Keypad. Oh, I got one. So I expect to see some C's, 3 in the first row, 2 in the second. Oh, I guess I get this. Well, I got 2 rows and I got 2 rows of grid C blah blahs. Okay, so now, right now these things are views. Okay, so I should be able to say for each row with which these things are identifiable, I should be able to say key, well, I can just say $0. Okay, that's coming along. All right, let's leave the image in there for a moment. Yeah, I'm not making them the same. They are aligned because the grid's doing that for me, so that's something. All right, so I just want to get this. I think this is the wrong. This needs to be an argument, but like I want to make I really want to say like $0 dot button or something. I don't know what to call it, but each of these should be well, okay, this thing needs an argument. I guess I can start there. Init and then name is a string. And we'll keep it here. Okay, now nobody's calling that name. So let's do C. Left parend. Right parend. backyard. All right, and then the app has its own, oh, empty, okay. This, all right, this thing should update with some better stuff. Right, okay, so that's progress. Well, no, it isn't. Hand wave. Oh, I did leave this on the end of each one. Okay. I don't think I need this. Okay. Yeah, so I want this to, well, I don't know. It's tricky getting the view. Like there's something in Key right now that's I mean the key of the concept of a key that's got some sort of name on it and some sort of action to it, to me feels like the right kind of thing. And yet the problem with the view is that we have some that need to be images and some that need to be text. And I don't think, now maybe, yeah, it should not know about the view. I mean, somebody has to, but not this. Maybe I don't need that. Is there, I feel like there's a Unicode character for this delete or backspace, is it called? Backspace. Yeah, there's BS. No, there's another. I don't know. There's BS, but there's another. Yeah, this guy. That's it. (232B). Erase to the left. Okay, I can do this. Let's see. So if I did, let me add another key here. Key 232B. Isn't that? It's braces. I haven't done that much. Oh yeah. Okay. So the key just needs the text. We'll take the view out of it. Take the view out here. And make this a text. And I guess I get to do this because none of my symbols, all my symbols are going to be Unicode symbols, I think, or at least strings. Okay, and it requires key dot name. Okay, so now the view is completely over here in the view, and that's better. Okay, there's why he's row. They are identifiable. Okay, that identifiable nature is useful too. All right. This is not, I mean, do I consider this a domain object? Not exactly. All right. And then the keypad. Well, maybe I'm ready to, let's take this off. And in the view, yeah, it really is kind of a domain object. I don't know, it's like a level up though. The actual operators and the numeric values that we're going to work with, those feel like true domain objects to me. It's sort of an interface domain object. Maybe it's I don't know, but maybe that's okay. Okay, I'm going to move this hashable back up, get this thing a little tighter. Okay, so I guess I'm willing to say I've got something. It's pretty wimpy looking, but that's okay. All right, so let's commit this, and this is bare bones UI, doesn't do anything. Okay. That's a good question. I think we do, because we're iterating over a row, and I think row will have to be for each row is giving us keys back, and I can make that explicit. Key in key.name. Okay, so let's try taking this off. I think we'll get a complaint. Yeah. Okay, because they required. Because when it does its shuffling around for the views, it puts them in some sort of hash or map. All right. So I think in some sense, like, I'm ready to go to this, and I can say let keys equal okay, and then I should be able to just take all these and put them in. Key of C, key of left parend, key of right parend, percent, and delete. Put this in a row and repeat. Yard feet inch / divide. Well, that's a little ugly. Let's see the Unicode divide. I forget what it's called, it's diaresis or something. COOF7. And then I want the Yeah. They're working on our deck today too, so make it even worse. Let's see, Unicode multiply, but I want the cross one. Whoops. Zero D7. MR 456 minus. Yeah, but the weirdest thing with our piano, I don't know, it's probably 50 or 70 years old, but they used an early plastic in it, and then the plastic is old and got brittle, and so you could hit a key hard enough and it would break that little interior piece. And I have a couple grandkids that were playing with it and did that to about 5 keys, and we've had about 5 more go since then. So we're getting that all dealt with today. But it's just like, yeah, that plastic technology just boom, no longer so helpful. Okay, this is 1, 2, 3. Plus memory plus 0. I'll come back to that dot. Come back to plus or minus and equals. Okay, so I know I'm supposed to use a different dot. Let's try Unicode math symbols. Well, okay, what's this one called? Okay, I'm actually after this dot, 22C5. I'm not really using a true period. So we'll see how this works. And then plus or minus, that's got to be a real thing. There's minus or plus. I don't see it. Two plus minus 00B1. Okay. Okay, now we'll run. Yeah, someone was drawing a distinction the other day between the bullet dot and the multiply dot. Like the bullet dot is only for bullets, and the centered mid-centered dot or something is the other one you're supposed to use. Now, contents. How about we use this thing? I guess I'm going to call it Keypad just to be consistent. Try that again. Okay, there. Is everything? Let's move this onto here. Okay, C, left, right, percent, delete, wide, yard, feet, inch, slash, divide. 789 times MR 456 minus 1, 2, 3 plus and dot 0 dot plus or minus equals. Okay. Now, It's pretty ugly, I'll grant you, or pretty minimal. But that's a good place to be. All right. And now, I don't know if this is the right place to initialize this stuff, and well, I don't know. But it's not a bad place for now. Okay. And let's check that too. So make production side show all our intended keys. Now the demo, the grid, they gave us some with boxes. Oh, they didn't give us the actual code. Let's see. That's just a color? Okay. I'm going to try and make these background color dot green. See if I can get them to fill out a little bit. And that just looks too odd without that fourth one there. Okay. Well, we can put a font. Let's try headline. Huh. Title. Okay, well, that's all it gives me for now. Huh. Add frame to the key. Yeah. Do I have to say width and height? I can't remember. Okay, that's getting better. All right. We'll just make a constant up here. Let cell size equals maybe 60 we could do. Okay. I don't necessarily want green, but okay. Whoops. Wow. What did I just do wrong? This looked better a minute ago. Really? I'll say key size equals 60. If I overlapped something. Fails to build. Am I not? I thought if I did a let. Okay, let me do this for now. Okay. I don't know why it's not happy with that. I thought it would be treated like a constant. Okay. And let's just, whoops, run. Okay. I mean, I'm more inclined to use this color I used here, this very pale orangish yellow. Let's do that. Yeah, it's the one. FFEDC4. Let's put this in the assets where it belongs. Okay, so new color set. This is the key color. FFEDC4. Okay, I'm not going to worry about dark and light just yet. Okay. And then in here, background ignore saves engine. Okay, and take one more look here. Okay, that's becoming better. That's good enough for a start. All right, and then let's add one more thing. The stack, we need some text. Ugh. I want it to just get something in there. What do you do? Well, is that not going to put it right? I know I can put an H stack on it, but I don't think I should have to. Maybe I want the text. Well, something's funny because he's not showing up as infinite. No. Yeah, okay. Well, I hate that. Yeah, okay. I'm going to put that after the frame. Why is... I say be infinite width. I don't think trailing is going to do anything at this point. Well, let's do this. I can come back to that. Oh, but he's not. Is that the right one? Yeah. Well, this was kind of what I was trying to do, but with trailing. V-stack alignment is for interviews respective to one another. So the contents within the given width. Well, I thought that's what I wanted. Let me take this one off. Okay, that's better. Just to tweak it a little. Okay. Oh, it is 5 across on the whole thing. Yeah, I don't understand why the frame didn't take it. I mean, they each have their own frames. I don't think, okay. I don't know. I'm prone to put these things off too long, but I think let's run it and just see if it's got somewhat the look. Okay, I think that's getting there. Yeah, I mean it's kind of funny because you're decorating, but the the last one is the one that really is the front of the chain, you know. So it's feels a little backwards. Okay, but I think this will get us far enough. Okay, I can live with it. I think in general, I need to do something more. Like I got to make sure I'm fitting on all the phones and stuff like that. But I think this is enough for us to jump over to the domain side and straighten out some of this from a domain perspective. Yeah, I think it looks okay. It's not great or perfect. All right, so we added result view, tweaked look of main view, main keypad. Okay, and we're due for some refactoring here. All right, so one thing is like we want to pull this out. These two things we're thinking are more like domain objects. So let's make a folder for them. And we'll put a new file in there for key. And another for keypad. Keypad's a word by itself. Let's do that. Running my tests this time. My non-existent tests. Okay, I don't think I care about that. I'm going to rename keypad to lower. Okay, what else do we have in content view? Well, he's just catching up, I think. All right. Nothing there. This has a sample. Can I give that? I don't know. I've never tried putting a static on a struct, I don't think. Static, static bar example of keypad. I'd like to get this. Whoops. I got one. Yeah. Okay. Trying to make this format a little nicer. Well, that's what I'm wondering. I mean, so far so good. Let's do build. No, somebody's complaining. No, okay. So apparently you can. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. I'm kind of being inspired. James Shore's been writing about, his nullables and things like that, and it's pretty convenient to have an example in a thing. I'm gonna keep it for now and use it here. I don't think this is a standard way to do things, so it's a little different. But I think it's not bad. Okay. That gives me enough to work with on my view. This number is a little arbitrary, the 330. And so are these. Okay. So we refactored extract classes and renamed Keypad and made a Keypad example as a static, I don't know, would you call it a factory? Yeah, I mean, that's definitely my goal of that, was to get it out of there. Okay. And all right. I mean, I think we've got something to work with now. Okay. Now, the calculator itself. Sorry, I'm getting distracted even though it's just scales and whatnot. All right. We've got the keypad, and the view is using it. All right. So I'm kind of ready to do something test-wise. Like, I think I put stories in here. What did I say? Enter a number. That's a nice, simple test. And already I think it reveals, like, this view here is not really the same as the thing being accumulated or something. Excuse me. Let's see. So I guess a test would be, I want to test putting in a digit, hitting equals should give me that number. Okay. And so I guess it's calculator dot. All right, let's start making up some tests. I don't think key test worked out very well. Let's rename that. Let's make it calculator tests. All right. Yeah, hopefully Twitch doesn't get me for copyright infringement, That scale is very copyrighted. Okay. Calculator tests. All right. So the test I want to do is I'm going to create a calculator. I'm going to say this enough. I'm going to... yeah, then I'd be in trouble. Okay. So I'm going to make a calculator. And I'm going to say calc dot. And then I think I want to say digit push key. I'll say key. Although it's not the key itself. Well, let's just say it this way and then generalize it out. Okay, and let me do something besides 0. How about 4? And then if I say equals, then I expect the calculator's display to be I'm going to say 4 for now. And I'm going to start kind of a setup test. Calc.display. Oh no, how do I'm not sure. Is it 0? But when I push the 4, should it be? Let's start simple. Calculator. Calculator starts 0. Okay, let's take this out of the equation. It's display. There's something going on that's like the current value. I mean, if like on a just annual calculator, you type 42 equals. Now you got a 42 sitting there. If you type a 3, it's going to overwrite it. And that's the kind of thing I want to test to make sure that the entering digits is different than after you've hit equals. And I don't know. This is the one that just kind of I woke up with, like, oh, there's a weird thing. Okay. So the display is 0. Okay. I don't know if I want to call it display. Yeah, maybe result is better. Okay. And that's the string version of what we have here. Okay. So we need a calculator. Now, why is that one white? New file. Well, when you hit, yeah, I mean, it's not. Maybe it is a display for now. The result is actually a different thing. Okay, this is calculator. Okay. Well, this one's going to hold state. Class calculator. And I think we'll go with display for now. Okay. I believe he's going to be an observable object. Yeah. All right. And then, is that in foundation? And then in here, we're going to have a public published public bar display of type string. Okay. All right. Now, This should fail. Okay, and then I'm just going to say it starts 0. Oh, let's get these other tests out of here. Yeah, I think I'll just delete that whole class. He's not really doing anything. Okay, and then these tests, calculator tests passed. All right, now display changes when digits added. I think I can just do this up here, right? Well, let's do it here. I don't know if it's digits. It's where I'm being too primitive, but let's do this. Digit 4. And then display should be 4. Let's put 2 digits. Four and 2, the display should be 42. I'll say, yeah, okay, digit. Yeah, I'm going to need some sort of mode. I don't know if it's not apparent to me if it's just a Boolean flag that's going to be flipped back and forth as calculations go, or if you'll be able to look at the state of the calculator's one of its stacks or something like that. But yeah, I think there's going to have to be that distinction. And this is public func digit takes a digit of string, which may be a mistake, and it's going to do something, and this is going to fail. Oh, did I shut my window down? No, there it is. Okay. Yeah, it's day 0. Okay, so I think are we heading to the display, or are we heading to some object beneath the display? Oh, excuse me. Well, I guess the simple thing is to start with it modifying display. But already we're not going to push it on the end. I think we already need that flag. Well, okay, the easy thing to do would be display.append digit, but that's going to fail. And it's going to fail because the 4 is there. We're going to get 042. Oh, I thought he would tell me. Here we go. Okay, 042. I think we need that flag. Public. I don't even know if it's public. Let's make it private. Entering new number equals true. If we're entering a new number, then we have to clear it and append. Oh yeah. And then at that point, we're false. Let's make this starting. Yeah. Yeah, I could drive it in smaller steps. Okay. I wish I had auto run. Okay. Entering digits initially clears the display. Okay. What's not to like? Method for digit. Well, the thing I don't like. What don't I like? Let's see. So tell you what, let's take a 5-minute break, and I think the noise level will be a little lower in a few minutes, and we'll figure out. I think we're already due for some refactoring to make calculator reflect what we want better. So I'll see you in about 5 minutes. Okay, welcome back. All right, so I think this is all actually on kind of the right track, because every key is going to have some sort of text it does. Some of them are digits. I guess it's up to you to not put A in there, but maybe we don't care. Like, what if we did hexadecimal next week, right? It might be okay to put letters in there. All right, but I think the next thing I want to do, I want to prove the flag. I want the flag to work the other way. Okay. So I want to check that equals resets. How can I say this in a equals? It's something about putting the value. Enters the current display. Evaluates. Okay, but well, what's my test? My test is really calc.digit. No, calc. Let's say enter equals, and then calc.digit. I'll do 2. Let's take the 4 off. digit 2, the display should display 2. That's the thing I'm trying to get at. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so if you type 4 and then hit equals, you're no longer in append mode. You're going to restart the loop. Okay, so we need a method enter. And I think I don't even care about it. Okay, so that test should run. Yeah, I'm wondering if that would be an improvement. The thing is, I don't want to dispatch on them exactly. I don't know. Yeah. What I'm almost wondering, because, and the reason I'm passing that equals and then ignoring it, I'm kind of peeking ahead, I guess. But if every function tied to a key is a void function taking a string as an argument, then I think we have something we can attach to the keys then. So the keys can then be given these functions, digit with their own name as the argument. I don't know if that would be enhanced or not by an enum coming into play. If I do the enum, well, somebody's got to parse it, right? So maybe that would be better to parse it and then do it. Yes, this should be 42 because we don't throw it away on equals. Okay. And then what enter is going to do is kind of confirm. Well, it's going to do this is true. Okay. And that's the display. Now, equals may do more in the long run, of course. Okay. Yeah, so make equals, reset the flag, telling whether digits are part of a new number. And yeah, I mean, if I turn them all into enums, I mean, I could still have the digit as a separate string on the enum. That would be fine. But basically, we'd have to have a table to go from characters to enum. And then we'd only have one method in here to actually do anything. Would take the enum, and then it's a big case statement. I don't know if I need that. Okay, but I think even with this, we've got something you can enter, type, and then on equals, it starts typing a new number. And that's kind of a minimal, very minimal thing. And I think we can attach that to the front end now. So I'm going to, let's see, here's InchCalc. I mean, I think it's kind of Key's responsibility. Where's my app? This thing. So what I want to do is add an argument. And then action is nothing to void. Sorry, it's string to void. Okay. And then transform to equatable. Equatable because you can't equate functions. Okay. Well, where I wanted to go was this. I wanted to say action is string to void, and then self.action equals action. But this defaults to an empty function. Oh yeah, escaping. Okay. Okay, so that's my base idea, but that breaks this. Okay, so let's get the conformance right now. Key is equatable because we can always look at UUIDs. All right, so that's something. And key is hashable because you can hash off them. All right, this should complain about extension. Conform. All right, and so we're going to do LHS.ID equals RHS.ID. And then this one, you're supposed to offer to make it do that for me. Hash into. And we're just going to use the ID since it's already unique. We don't need anything beyond that. Okay. Now this should all just do what it did. Okay, so we let key hold an action, manually implemented, equatable, and hashable. Have to say it's a lot nicer to listen to the piano tuner than the deck sauce. Okay. All right. Okay, thank you, Pat. Okay, so that's all good. Now I think I'm just hooked up. Let's see if that works. So most of these are defaulting, but I can give 7. I don't know how to say it. Calculator. I know in Java you do this, right? Digit. Is it just dot digit? Dot digit. Instance member. Did you mean to use a value instead? No, I don't. Ugh. No. I get a lot of examples that don't. Implicit. Calling functions of pointers. I don't know if this one. Swift pass function from class as parameter. I feel like I think I have to mark something, or it has to be static, or are you giving me good advice I'm ignoring? Yeah, do I need to make the function static? I might. I feel like there's a way, though. And because, like, you could say plus and just pass in the plus operator. So I don't know if that's a static. All good stuff, but okay. Function types. Yeah, I mean, I can pass these. Add to ints. Okay, there's function add to ints, but he's not part of a class. This site's often good. Instance method references. That's what I'm talking about. Give me a UI view class. For each instance method a type has, there's a corresponding static method that lets you retrieve it as a closure by passing an instance as an argument. Does that make sense for me? Well, maybe what you're saying, like, I don't have a calculator here and I need one, right? Is that right? Now, can I pass calculator as an argument? Can I use instance memory calculator within property initializer? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't want to go down that path, the path mode. This should be doable, kind of like this. I thought there was a different syntax for it, though, that like generically, but maybe not. If this is just a question of the init, I think I can do a defer. Init. Like that. Oh, well, yeah, that's true. Keypad. Gosh, I hope most of this sound is not coming through the mic. It's pretty brutal out there. Okay. Yeah, I think I may be at that. Okay. Polygors as references to the class methods. Oh, good question. That would be. Are you saying on this class or on the calculator itself? Polygors. Well, that's kind of what they already are, right? I mean, this implicit static method. Reference to its class method. Then I would be saying calculator.method, like calculator.digit key or something. I don't know if would it be any better? Yeah, but if it's an instance method, I have to have calculator there anyway. So I'm going to be saying lowercase calculator dot. I guess I'm going to lose one instance of calculator here if I did that. Tell you what, let's see if this works, and then if it does, then we'll look at making it nicer. Dot enter calculator. Okay, now that shouldn't, well, it certainly shouldn't affect tests. But we don't have anything that's going to trigger it, so we got to make these things into buttons or give them methods. where's content view? Okay, yeah, tests are okay. Content view. Test dot one tab. Gesture. Okay, we got the key. Yeah, I can't get off that right. Oh, right. Key dot name. Okay. Can I test this using a key in the test? Well, this is where I should be figuring out this view inspector. Can I test it using a key in the test? Well, I mean, key has no... That's what you're saying. Could I create a key instead of calling my functions directly? And the answer should be yes. All right, let's check out the connection here and then go back to that thought. All right, and I think I only have 7 and equals active. Well, yeah, I don't need the UI to test the action method on the key. I mean, because I could call key dot action, which might be a good way to do it. Am I starting here? What's going on? But I feel like a calculator test, like he doesn't care that you've got actions. I mean, keys. He's providing the functions that the keys can call. So this is where I'm a little balled up from earlier, because it's like there's a 2-level domain. Yeah, I mean, that should be, it's sort of equivalent at all those levels, right? The digit method on the calculator corresponds to the some digit key that gets triggered with its action, called in a similar way to that tap we just did, or we call through the UI and do the tap there. And they're all valid. It's, to me, it's kind of, it's not clear. Well, it's not clear to me that the test is benefiting from the keys, you know, that the calculator level test should be a key level test. I don't think I feel the love on that one. But could I argue that a key test should check that its action method actually passes through or whatever? Yeah, I think that is a valid test. And maybe I don't need a lot of those tests, because that's sort of a test of, well, that's my content view again. It would sort of be a test of, if you used a key properly, you would do this. Does that work? That's a valid key test for sure. And then, have I hooked up at the top level? Did I hook up 7 to 7 or whatever, 7 to a digit? That's a kind of UI test at this point, because the keypad initialization is only known here. So would have to be a top level kind of test. Unless we push this down, which is not undoable either. All right, where are we here? I have this one, but it didn't come up. I think this is old. It's clone 1. Well, there's the simulator. What's he got? He's got clone 2. Oh, you're back over there. Okay. Is this one? No. Okay, I don't know if I'm triggering it or not. Certificate calculate something the key should do. Yes. Well, given my cheap way of getting it, didn't really do anything. So I don't know how to tell if I'm running where I'm running at this point. It says I'm running, so I should be able to go to a debug view. Fitted 19808. How do I know? Okay. I guess if I don't know, I feel like it did something there, but I don't know. How do I know which one's going? I'm going to close them down. None of them seem to work, so that's not a good sign for where I'm at. All right. Let's run this. Let's get a key test in there. Okay, well, put this on 3 again. And 7 should, oh, my display isn't hooked up either. Let me, all right, we have this thing structure in place. Let me hook up the display. All right, so content view. It needs, is it observed? It's binding. Okay. No, it is observed. Okay, somebody's got to make the state object. Okay. The app here, this should be at state object. Okay, so we create this thing that can be monitored. Okay, that's probably more accurate. All right, and then the content view, we want to give it the calculator. As well. Content view, let calculator. And this one is the observed object. If I can spell. Okay. And then this is calculator.display, and it's the $sign version of that. Why not? Am I spelling it consistently? Initializer init requires binding to conform to string protocol. What's your problem, calculator? Okay. Oops. String conform to string protocol. Display is string, right? Published public var display of string. Okay. The state object gets the initial declaration, passes it in. Okay. The content view. Am I mixing these things up? It should have to do some sort of. Oh, maybe it doesn't need the $sign. He's not changing it, he's just displaying it. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's run this. You gonna throw another one out there on me? Okay. I don't know how to tell if it's the one I'm running. Well, this will tell me. Is that? Let's start that with something different so I can make sure I understand. That should still be okay. Okay, so he is running that. He is initial. He does not do anything with 7. I feel like it's... I mean, it should be getting here. Yeah. And display... Display is now 7, so that's fine. But he's not updating. Ugh. Accessing state object without being installed on a view. Well, I think we have a listener on the buttons because I put that tap method on tap gesture. So I think it's more this state object without being installed on a view. Oh, is that my clever initialization? Is that what's killing me? These purples are not a good sign. All right. So I'm... Okay, the app actually creates one, yes. Oh, yeah. Yep, yep, yep. Okay, so I mean, I can push the keypad down and let the next level down deal with it. It doesn't feel quite right. I mean, I could do all this at the view level too. Maybe that would be a better way to go. So I would move this declaration down. Let it own the view. Let it own the keypad. And then give it the init. Does he have to be a state object too? And he isn't. Okay. He should complain he's not observable. Yeah. Now this stuff can come off. This comes out. Okay. State object var keypad. Int has no value there. Oops. Generic struct state object requires that keypad conform to observable object. Keypad. Non-class. Oh. I don't know. Maybe I should just give the keypad the static stuff and let it. I don't know how generic I need to be. Keypad cannot be constructed because it contains no accessible initializers. Keypad has no initializers. I'm going farther than I want. Okay. This parameter uses an internal type. Okay, so key is not public. That should have been. Well, at least I'm finding things out. Okay. Extraneous argument. Content call. Okay. That's fine. Okay. How am I doing? Working my way up a little bit. Generic state object requires keypad question mark conform to observable. Okay, content view takes none. It may be, I'm hoping, generic. This may be a problem because keypad question mark, keypad conforms to observable object, but keypad question mark does not because I have this coupling between them. Calculator, maybe I'm doing this backwards. Oh, interesting. State object. Keypad. I don't know if this state object is making a struct. It does some sort of shadow variable thing, so I think it puts the keypad and then like underscore keypad is the state or something. But keypad is observable object. Let me do a rebuild just to see. Okay, let me try. Let me go back to this observed object calculator. I'm going to pass this one in and put that up here. And this is now a state object calculator, and I'm going to pass to calculator. Okay. He's got that. And then this. Let me do this. Is that going to be loud? I'm referencing calculator. It hates doing this. It's so annoying. Like, yeah. Okay, let me attempt to go back. Key Swift. Okay. I'm okay with public. Well, that wasn't complaining before, so maybe that will open things up a little. I don't think so, though. I got 12. There we go. That's the big thing. Pass the calculator to the keypad. Well, I guess the thing, yes, I think calculator is the more primitive, lower level object. So I guess I'm going to let Keypad know this stuff. You give it a calculator and it will create this for you. Okay. I think that's a forward way out. Build a keypad from a calculator seems like a good thing to do. Okay. I don't need to defer that. Keypad. Init. Let's give it a calculator. And then self.contents equals this stuff. Okay. Use internal type. Is calculator internal type? Man, am I bad about this. Okay. Oh, this is not smooth. Okay. So content view then is just going to create okay. Init of calculator of type calculator. Okay, and he's going to say calc self.calc equals calculator. Self.keypad equals keypad with calculator. Defer goes away. Could I decide? I think it's like this. Initial value. Okay. So we're initializing the underlying object. Is that right? State. Is it state object? Still doesn't look right. Wrapped value. Okay. Keypad. Okay. Init calculator. That's equals extra. Okay. Keypad. I'm going to take example out because I'm making this thing own it. All right. And now somebody should be complaining about that. My preview for content view. Oh, he no longer uses the example. Okay. Holy golly. Make sure tests haven't broken and that it builds first, but then tests. And I am like the worst person on to do. Okay, so we calc 2301. This is 522. I've been doing this way lately. Okay. We created keypad and calculator. Created initial view. Okay, these tests are running slowly. Okay, and I don't want to forget what. Okay. we are now reorganize how calculator and keypad are owned. All right, and then we want to test key dot action. Okay. Test run. I think I probably got the other thing working, maybe. 7 should put 7 there. Yes. Okay. Equal should clear it back to 0. Ah, we didn't clear it back to 0. But we don't show that. Okay, so something's kind of right and something's not. It may reflect what we currently do, but I think I want to check this in. Reorganize keypad calculator and how they're initialized. Okay, that's past us. All right, but this key.action thing, that deserves a test. So we want to check that. Well, I guess we're really checking that if you call maybe it's this, right? It shouldn't need key.name because it knows its own name. Okay, so we're trying to test that key triggers its action with its name. Okay, and let's put some state var called as false. Okay, so let's create X. Okay, and if you call key dot do it, I don't know. Trigger. Is that right? Press. Okay, if you press the key, all right, so we need this one, and then we need a method. The method has to be, takes a string and returns a void. Function helper takes a string and I guess this okay, save string equals empty, key.press, check that saved string should now be X. Okay, and that assumes that helper saves the string. Okay, and this takes helper. Okay. Key test has no initializer. Okay. And press has no method. Okay, so key needs a press method. And what we expect it to do is call its action with the name as an argument. Let's make sure the test fails first. Haven't done anything else right today. May as well start now. No, it's coming together. Little pieces. Okay, the test we wanted to fail failed. Key has no member press. Well, that's not the right failure. Whoop, there it is. Okay. Blank is not equal to X. Okay. And our tests. Okay, so our save string does the job, but press never called. All right, let's do that. It should pass. Okay. So I think that's a good thing. It's saying we're checking that if you created this thing with some sort of function and some name and some function, that when you call press, it does its thing. And then rather than this, let's just call press here. Okay, that should all still be green. Okay. Make press its action with its name. Okay. And then I'm going to do Keypad. I think I can safely put these in for the digits. It's a little wordy. I don't think I have a better way. At least I don't have to repeat the 8, 9, and all that everywhere. 4. Oh, it's spacing. And 0. Yeah, I don't want to pass calculator into key. That doesn't seem right. Okay, and I'm just going to do a little quick formatting. And I'll do that on the ones that need it the most, I guess. Okay. We're stopping there. So we got a decent start. We've got a calculator. We've got the keypad with all the keys on it, so it looks more or less like we want it to. And we've done the very first bit of making a key press of a digit, put in the digit into the calculator. Now, the reset, we've got to work on reset. So test key.action, I think we've done that okay. But next time we need to pick up with make equals properly reset the display. I don't think we did that. Okay, and well, maybe that's not quite the right thing. We'll have to see, but we'll pick up there. I think that should go together pretty quickly tomorrow. And I think, like, what's the next story? Maybe it's getting these, I don't know, like maybe I want to do plus first. Okay. Operator plus, just so we have something to demonstrate. And at that point, then switch into yard, feet, inches, because that's where the complexity from this app's point of view is, at least some complexity, and go from there. All right. Well, I don't think that'll be a little tricky, but not impossible. And then we got a bunch of work to do with arithmetic and how we're going to make that evaluate. I may change my mind on this. Actually, I did change my mind on that. If you can just enter a number, enter yards, feet, and inches, and then show yards as feet or something like that, that's already a big help. All right, we'll pick up there. Thanks for joining today. Thanks for your comments and feedback, especially Mudshark666. And I will catch you tomorrow, 2 to 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time or 6 to 8:30 p.m. UTC. And have a good evening. Thanks. Bye-bye.